I still remember the exact morning Emily wheeled her suitcase out of our bedroom, humming like she didn't have a single worry in the world. She told me she needed space, a break, a solo trip to Paris to feel alive again. But the way her eyes sparkled wasn't the look of a woman needing clarity. It was the look of someone running straight into another man's arms. I stood there quietly, letting her walk around the house, pretending she was innocent, pretending she wasn't lying, pretending I couldn't see right through her. And when she kissed my cheek, saying, "Don't overthink things, babe," I knew that whatever she was hiding was about to explode in both of our lives. It didn't take long. Not even 4 hours after she left, my phone buzzed with a message that made my stomach twist. "Relax. I'll be back in a week." But the photo attached to it is what hit me like a punch to the chest. Emily standing at the airport, smiling like she had won the lottery. And right behind her, unmistakably, was her ex-boyfriend, leaning close like he had every right to be there. She didn't even try to deny it. She didn't explain. She didn't hide. She assumed I'd tolerate it. Assumed I'd wait for her. Assumed I'd still be loyal while she played tourist with a man she once dumped me for. That arrogance was the final blow. Instead of fighting or breaking down, I felt something in me harden. A calmness so cold it shocked even me. I put my phone down and walked next door to check on my neighbor Lily, the recently divorced woman who had moved in 2 months earlier. She opened the door, her hair tied in a loose bun, eyes warm with concern, immediately noticing something was wrong. "You look like your world just tilted," she said softly. And for the first time in a long time, I felt safe enough to actually sit down and exhale. Lily didn't interrupt, didn't judge, didn't smirk. She just listened, her expression shifting from sympathy to disbelief as she pieced together how little respect Emily had left for me. We sat on her living room couch, the air thick with quiet understanding. I explained how Emily had boarded a flight with her ex, acting like our marriage was an optional commitment she could turn on and off whenever it suited her. Lily shook her head slowly, her eyes filled with a kind of outrage that I should have felt months ago. "She left you thinking you just wait like nothing happened?" she asked. And hearing someone else say it, someone who genuinely valued me, made the entire situation finally snap into focus. I realized I had been loving a woman who saw my loyalty as a weakness, not a strength. Then, as if to pour salt into the wound, Emily texted again, "Don't be dramatic. It's just a trip. You know, I'll always come back to you." That sentence alone told me everything I needed to know about how she truly viewed our relationship. I showed Lily the text and she laughed under her breath. Not out of mockery, but disbelief at how boldly Emily assumed she could treat me like a backup plan. "She really thinks you'll always stay," Lily said quietly. And in that moment, something inside me shifted completely. Emily had already chosen her path. It was time I chose mine. Instead of replying to Emily, I turned toward Lily and said the words that changed everything. "Would you help me send her a message she'll actually understand?" Lily's lips curved into a knowing smile as she slid closer, resting her hand gently on my shoulder. A small touch, but powerful enough to communicate intimacy without saying a word. The closeness wasn't fake. It felt natural, effortless, comforting. I lifted my phone, snapped a picture of the two of us together, our faces close, peaceful, connected, and beneath that picture, I typed the most devastatingly calm message I'd ever written. "Relax, you're already replaced." Then I hit send. What happened next was pure chaos. My phone exploded with notifications. Her messages went from confident to confused, then to pure panic. "Who is she? Why is she in our house? You're joking, right? Answer me." The downfall of her ego was almost instant. She had left me for her ex, believing she still owned a place in my life. But the moment she felt even a hint of losing control, the cracks in her arrogance showed like shattered glass. She wasn't heartbroken. She was furious that I wasn't begging. She wasn't sad. She was terrified that I had finally realized my worth. She called. She called again. She sent long voice messages filled with shaky breathing, frantic explanations, sudden apologies, even guilt trips. It was a mistake. He pressured me. "I didn't think you'd take it this seriously." Her desperation spilled out in every message. Meanwhile, Lily watched the meltdown unfold with a calm, almost protective expression. "You don't deserve someone like that," she whispered. And as I listened to Emily's frantic voice messages, I realized something shocking. Not only was I done with Emily, but I was finally ready to step into a life where I wasn't surviving on scraps of affection. The internet got involved when Emily, in an attempt to save face, posted a dramatic rant on her story, then deleted it, then reposted something else, then started commenting under my old photos in full panic mode. People screenshotted everything. Her meltdown became a trending thread in our friend group chats. The woman who once acted untouchable suddenly became the perfect example of what happens when someone who takes you for granted realizes you're no longer waiting at the door. She had flown to Paris with another man, but a single picture of me with a woman who actually respected me shattered the image she built around herself. When she came back from Paris, she looked nothing like the confident woman who had proudly boarded that flight. Her face was pale and swollen from crying, her steps slow, her energy drained. She dragged her suitcase up to our porch only to find the locks changed and a single note taped to the door. "You told me to relax, so I did." She collapsed right there on the steps, sobbing as Lily emerged from her house and joined me in the driveway. Emily's eyes widened, panic flooding her face as she realized the truth. She wasn't the center of my world anymore. And as I walked away with Lily beside me, the only sound behind us was Emily's broken whisper. "Please don't go." But I already had.